Hey, Mark, good to see you again. Welcome.
Hey, Carl, good to see you.
I'm wondering what you make of the Tesla story. I know recalls are an issue, but they're more profitable in EVs than their peers. Their logistics are savvy. Their demand is robust. And yet we have these sort of external behavioral patterns that some argue puts the brand strength at risk.
Well, yeah, when you look at, you just noted what's happened with the stock, and the stock is down even 25% since they closed the Twitter deal less than a month ago. And so I think, when you think about this, the three or four factors that's kind of playing against the valuation of Twitter right now are obviously the number of recalls that they've seen, which have been more kind of reputational damage than what I would call financial, since a number of them are fixed through what they call over-the-air updates versus a physical fix. But, you also have, at the same time, the potential slowing of demand because of consumer uncertainty. You have the issues of new COVID lockdowns in China. Guangzhou province is about to get locked down, which provides a lot of components and also demand for Tesla. And then finally, it's just Musk's distraction with Twitter. Because if you think about it, investors have really bid up the value of Tesla based on Elon Musk and his vision for the future and his drive. And if they're getting less of Elon Musk, that's going to be reflected in the share price. And I think those four factors are really contributing to what's happened with the stock. And of course, going forward, the question is, can he get 100% focused back on Tesla? Which is important because every legacy or traditional OEM, every single CEO in those businesses is 100% focused on the car business and catching up to Tesla.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I wonder, speaking of competitors not standing still, if you thought that GM's guidance these last few days regarding their own EV ambitions, was that material? Are we going to be talking about that as a potential turn or pivot in the quarters to come?
Well, it remains to be seen, right? It's one thing sending out a press release. It's another thing actually scaling up production on EVs, which, you've seen the journey that Tesla has been on over the last few years. I think in GM's case, they've been very consistent in saying, they want to be, selling about 2 million EVs by 2025. This upcoming year is a huge pivot point for them where they're going to have to scale because right now they're just producing the low volume units, whether it's the EV Hummer or their Cadillac Lyriq. They're going for their high volume vehicles for next year. And so if they deliver on that, that's going to cause more pressure in the market, on Tesla, for example. They get about 70% of the EV market here in the U.S. That's down since last year, but it's going to come down to GM's ability to execute. But they've laid out a good plan, but, now you got to back it up with actions.